Tonight, look up at the moon. Now imagine it's simply gone. Not exploded, not drifted away, just vanished in an instant. Yes, that's impossible, but playing it out shows us exactly what the moon quietly does for us. So here's the first surprise. For the first few hours, almost nothing happens. You won't feel a thing. You won't float away. Buildings stay put. The ground stays solid. The moon's pull on your body is tiny next to Earth's own gravity. Losing it changes nothing you can feel. And no, Earth does not go flying off into space. The sun holds our orbit, not the moon. So the disaster movie version is wrong. The real changes are quieter, and they arrive slowly. The first thing you'd actually notice comes that night. A full moon is the brightest light in the night sky. Without it, clear nights turn deeply dark. For us, that just means darker walks. For wildlife, it's a much bigger deal. A whole hidden world runs on moonlight. Dung beetles roll in straight lines using the moon as a compass. Some birds and tiny beach creatures use it to navigate. Corals time their spawning to its phases. Predators and prey shift their habits with the lunar phases too. Take the moon away, and that rhythm breaks. An entire layer of nighttime nature suddenly flying blind. Now go to the coast. Here's where the moon's grip really showed. The moon's gravity is the main engine behind the tides, the daily rise and fall of the sea. But here's the twist. The tides wouldn't stop. The sun pulls on our oceans too. The sun's tide is about 40% the size of the moon's. So without the moon, tides don't vanish. They shrink to roughly 1/3 of what they are today. That sounds small. It isn't. Whole ecosystems are built around the big tidal swing. Mudflats, salt marshes and estuaries exist because the tide floods in and drains out every day. Shrink the tide for good, and those crowded coastal nurseries start to fall apart. Countless creatures that feed and breed on the tide's schedule would suddenly be out of sync. Now for something you'd never see, but it matters over the long run. The moon is slowly putting the brakes on Earth's spin. Those tidal bulges of water drag against the spinning planet, stealing a sliver of its rotation. Billions of years ago, a day on Earth lasted only about 6 hours. The moon's slow braking helped stretch our day out to the 24 hours we know. Take the moon away, and that gentle braking mostly lets go. Our day wouldn't suddenly jump, it would just stop its slow, endless lengthening, more or less frozen in place. But the moon's most important job is one almost nobody thinks about. Earth spins at a tilt, leaning about 23 degrees. That tilt is why we have seasons. And that lean stays remarkably steady, wobbling only a tiny bit over thousands of years. The moon is the heavy anchor that holds that tilt in place. Without that anchor, other planets start tugging at Earth, especially giant Jupiter. With no moon to steady it, Earth's tilt could begin to wander. Not overnight, over millions of years, but once it drifts, it can swing a long way. And a big change in tilt means a big change in climate. Tilt the planet far enough, and the seasons turn savage. Whole regions could roast under endless summer, then freeze under endless winter. An early study suggested the tilt could even swing toward a dramatic 85 degrees. A climate that lurches like that over deep time is a hard place for complex life to settle in. But here's where honest science gets interesting. Not everyone agrees it would be that bad. Newer models suggest a moonless Earth might wobble more slowly and less wildly than first feared. The tilt would still drift, just maybe not into total chaos. Scientists genuinely disagree on how bad it gets. Which is the honest answer. The moon steadies us, but exactly how much is still being worked out. So the moon was never just a pretty light in the sky. It pulls our tides, it shaped the length of our day, it helps hold our seasons steady. Lose it and nothing explodes. Life doesn't end the next morning. But slowly the rhythms we were built around would start to come undone. The moon isn't just something we look at. It's a quiet anchor we've been leaning on the whole time.